my social background is like this, mimi like I don't have anything, I cannot do anything, because unajiona like huwezi. First of all, ushaji demoralize, your confidence is too low.
Maybe you are drinking, but because you don't have that self-esteem to be able to stand on your ground, and you say, hey, me, say, I'm trying to change, I'm trying to do these things, you end up following a path that you're not supposed to, because you cannot even have the confidence of saying no to people.
So you can just find somebody who's like, your friend, and then unaangalia life yake uko like, I wish I were there. So you feel like, what, I'm feeling demoralized. Even like in terms of your background, you're like, hey, I'm looking at my life and I'm like, nah, I wish I were at a better place. Hi there, welcome back to One God, One Mic. My name is Masi Mutindi and I will be your host for today. So today I have guests and I want to give them the opportunity to give us a brief introduction about themselves.
Yes, I'm Modari Button. I'll be your guest for today.
Hello, my name is Millicent Ndano and I'm grateful to be part of this panel today.
Okay, so today I had a topic about self-esteem and decision making, because I also feel it's very, very vital in our generation. So the first question I had, what's your definition of self-esteem and why is it important for somebody to have in their life?
Okay, thank you. According to my own view, self-esteem is the self-confidence that you have in yourself, how you are built and how you control yourselves. And for me, that's how I define self-esteem. Yeah, thank you.
In my own understanding, as my fellow panelists have said, self-esteem is just the worth you feel about yourself, how much you value yourself. It also like trickles down to how much love, how you appreciate yourself. Yes, that is, and the importance. I think for you to even survive in this world, you need to have self-esteem. And that self-esteem also comes with identity. If you do not even understand your own value, your own worth, you cannot claim to have self-esteem. So once you identify yourself, I don't think there is something that can stop you from even achieving your goals, even from pursuing things that you are after in life.
I think I'll agree with whatever Yvonne has said. It's about identity, it's about how you value yourself and also your confidence. Yeah. So the other question I had, can self-esteem fluctuate over time, and how can we, work on your self-esteem as an individual?
Okay, thank you. First of all, self-esteem can fluctuate. It maybe you are grown. You grow up in a certain parenting situation. Then something happened. Maybe you were bullied or whatever happened. Maybe it tortured your mind. So that one might, in one way or the other, set up that your confidence might decrease. You might be that personal view on how you interact with people, it can shut it down. Yeah, so you end up fearing people, you fear things. So your view with other people, it becomes different. Yeah.
Definitely, I feel like your self-esteem can actually fluctuate depending on, first of all, the social factors around you, your environment. If you're in an environment where every time you do something, you're demoralized, every time someone or something there's some negativity around you, definitely, even if you had a very high self-esteem, because we are humans at the end of the day, your self-esteem starts declining. But something that you can do, the word says that we are created in the image and likeness of God. So we identify ourselves as part of God's own image. And God, like the identity of God, how will I place it? I don't think there is a superior being than the identity of God. So once you understand that, like, you are made in the image of God, like you are a picture of God Himself, you keep on reassuring yourself that whatever happens, despite the circumstances that life throws at you, your self-esteem is boosted every day. So constantly remind yourself, I am made of the image of God, I am bold, I am courageous, and God, above all, God loves me.
So for me, yes, I agree that your self-esteem can actually fluctuate over time. Basically you can, okay, as much as human beings we never want to admit it, but it can't be that since the time you're born up to the time maybe you're old or you're an adult, you have not experienced self-esteem in one way or another. You can experience self-esteem in terms of friendship, in terms of relationships, even in terms of your background. Because okay, we're just living like as human beings, and people have different personalities, people have different views. So you can just find somebody who's like, your friend, and then unaangalia life yake uko like, I wish I were there. So you feel like, what, I'm feeling demoralized. Even like in terms of your background, you're like, hey, I'm looking at my life and I'm like, nah, I wish I were at a better place. So you feel like anyway, okay, I feel like self-esteem and confidence in a way like they linger, they like have a common thing. So for me, the best advice I can give anyone who's maybe having self-esteem issues, just run to God. There's one else who can help you, because if you base your life based on what people say and also based on the judgmental will of people out here, you're never going like to get out of that issue of self-esteem. Just go to God, pray to God, just ask him. Just tell God, because one thing I know that human beings can talk, human beings can judge you, human beings can say things that are going to demoralize you, especially in matters like friendship. Maybe if you have like a breakup maybe in your relationship or even in your friendship, mnaanza sasa kurushana maneno, you're like this. So you find like someone's self-esteem goes down. So don't let people's words and opinions base who you are and your personality.
Okay, mine, I was just to add something small. Once you are a human being, we know that we are all created in the image and likeness of God. So you're not supposed to start putting yourself in other people's shoes. People are gifted differently. You might be having something different that apart from the other one, kuliko ule mwingine chenye ule mwingine ako nacho. So that one it should not hinder you from achieving whatever you're supposed to achieve because of just seeing other people with the different ways. Mtu labda maybe their social background is somehow higher than yours. So that one is not supposed to be is not supposed to hinder you. You're supposed to run your own race and stick on your lanes so that you might achieve whatever you're supposed to achieve. Yeah.
Okay, so the other question I had, can self-esteem actually affect somebody's decision making?
Okay, thank you. Yeah, self-esteem, it can affect your decision making. First, by maybe your self-esteem, maybe it's low. So unafika place like unaangalia, maybe you have been asked to speak about something or talk to people, so unaangalia unasema like mimi sasa nitaweza aje, so mbona wamechagua mimi, so unasema me I can't, my social background is like this, mimi like I don't have anything, I cannot do anything, because unajiona like huwezi. First of all, ushaji demoralize, your confidence is too low, you cannot speak to people, you cannot air out your own views because you think you can't. It's just in you that you cannot do anything. Yeah, so that's according to me. That one can be a hindering it.
I think yes, low self-esteem can actually hinder your decision making, because once you have a low self-esteem, it means you do not value yourself that much, so you can be easily influenced, and the influence being like the bad influence. Someone tells you, maybe you are drinking, let's say that, and then you decide to change. Then some of your friends that are still drinking wanakuja na kuconvince, si twende base yetu, but because you don't have that self-esteem to be able to stand on your ground, and you say, me sahi, I'm trying to change, I'm trying to do these things, you end up following a path that you're not supposed to, because you cannot even have the confidence of saying no to people who are clearly helping you make bad decisions in life. So yes, self-esteem can actually make you make bad decisions in life. Yes.
Okay, just as you all have actually said, I feel self-esteem lingers in very many ways. For example, if somebody has a low self-esteem, and let's say career-wise, maybe your career requires you to be somebody who's confident, somebody who's out there, somebody who's outspoken, somebody who's just lively. But maybe because you just have a certain group of people who are telling you, by the way, unakanga hivi, where to fake kuongea, skia your accent venye inakaa. You get, people just always find one thing that they know, if I give you this, I'm gonna hit the nail, and I'm gonna make your confidence move from 100 to 0. So yeah, like you're okay, having like a low self-esteem can actually hinder your decision making. That's you're in a bargain. So the other question I had, how does fear of failure influence the decisions somebody makes?
Okay, thank you. Fear of failure, first of all, failing is not the end of everything. Once you fail, find a way on how you can regain and gain again for you to wake up and rise up again. To fail is not it's not that you have done something big. Failing is always right. You fail so that you get corrected, or you correct yourself so that you learn from the mistake you had done, so that at least next time you'll do something that is worthy and correct for you to continue with life. Life is all about ups and downs. Today you are good, tomorrow you have maybe something has happened bad. Like for those people, maybe those people are in business, they have profits and losses. Today amepata loss, kesho akona profit. So hiyo iwezi mfanya afunge biashara yake kwa sababu ati loss imekuja na kama hajajipanga, lazima tu atatafuta njia yenye atagain bado amke.
Okay, I think as a society we've always been told that failure is bad. We always associate failure with negativity, but unaona mtoto akianza kujifunza kutembea anaangukanga mara ngapi before likaanze kutembea vizuri? Wanaangukanga mara mob sana, and that's the beauty of failing. Once you fail, you get up stronger than before. You fail again, you get up twice as strong. So that's the beauty of failure, and we should start embracing failure not from a lens of sasa nimefail nitafanya nini, but nimefail, now I know where I went wrong, and I'm going to come back stronger and better and wiser probably. And I think one thing that makes us like fail na kufanya ukuwe na decision making ni because hatuna tasema ni hope. Like sahi maybe I don't have belief that kesho maybe I can make it. Like sahi mtu tuseme sahi nateseka maybe sisemi nateseka, but yes, someone comes to me with an easier option of making it in life. Maybe ninge kwa a gang, or maybe I start extorting people their money, but because I am afraid of maybe my hard work will lead to me being successful, I end up taking a shorter route. So failure makes you take a shorter route, na hata kwa hiyo shorter route hapo ndio maybe you encounter things that ungeavoid, but ungekuwa even more successful than ungetake this longer route. Learn lessons, ungekuwa much better, like ungekuwa way stronger than taking a shorter route, making it there and not being able to sustain that because umeipata kwa njia ya yenye sio inafaa. So yes, failure can actually make you make some bad decisions, but it should not be like that. Let's embrace failure as something that it's just a stepping stone in life. It's all a process, ni journey. See, yes.
Okay. For me, I agree with you that a lot of people are failing because we don't have hope for a better tomorrow. We don't have faith for a better tomorrow. But for me, I feel like, how does fear of failure actually impact our decision? Okay, for example, if you can take this person who's like from a particular background, okay? Maybe their background, they have always been successful, starting from their ancestors to the grandparents, parents, mpaka kwake. So, okay, obviously, let's say, okay, let me take even, for example, an educational sector. You know, maybe watu wamekuwa kuchapa wakienda like these big universities like Harvard and everything. So somebody mwenye atafika hapo one like, you know what, okay, my family imekuwa used to success always. So obviously that particular person atakuwa with a fear of failure. And okay, obviously akikuwa na hiyo fear of failure, atatafuta tu like ulterior like other motives ya kufanya tu ndo make sure that amehit. Hata kama anajua ni kitu mbaya, he'll just make sure that, you know what, I have to do this because my family background or, you know, the society expects me to be a successful person or to behave in a particular way. So the other question I had is, what are some of the early life experiences that, shape a person's esteem?
Okay, yeah. Personally, what I'll talk about about the same, I'll put it in this way. Maybe somebody was raised up in a tough situation, or in a negative or a positive situation. Let's say in a negative, maybe wazazi walikuwa so harsh, so ruthless nini, so yeye alikuwa anajua nikiwa home life is so tough, like napitia magumu sana nikiwa nyumbani. So that one, in one way or the other, it can impact or affect that person in ye kivyake yeye mwenyewe, kwa sababu yeye atakuwa anajua like this life is always maisha ni ngumu. Unajua we have some parents anakuambianga like this life lazima life ni ngumu. Sasa wewe unakuwa set up in a way that grow up unajua life ni ngumu. So that one is in one way or the other inafanya your self esteem, it lowers your self esteem. Yeah, that's what I can say.
I'll say it all begins at home. How you're nurtured, how you, like the first people you interact with at such a young age, your parents, your teachers, how ndio wana shape your self esteem. Ukianza na hiyo foundation ya you teach your child ama the people around you that you are loved, that you are valued, that your opinions matter, na telling them like the facts about life. Like, yes, we will give you a space to be open to yourself, like space yenye you can confidently be able to stand up and say this and this and this is going on and I do not like it. Like those are the foundations that zenye zinaweza fanya like your self esteem ikuwe built. Kuwe na environment yenye you are accepted for you, who you are, whether tall, short, dark skin, light skin, like unakubaliwa, like that's the foundation. And also being taught that life has its own challenges, but you are stronger than those challenges. It is those challenges that actually make you stronger at the end of the day. Isikuwe like, oh, ukipata challenge moja, self esteem yako inatoka 100 to 0 because you encounter one challenge. Because life before ukwe mkubwa and everything, utakuwa umepitia a lot, and letting one challenge put you down is not like the right way. So have that foundation, yeah. Yes, tutakuwa na challenges in life, but you're stronger than those challenges. Foundation, yeah, you're very confident in yourself that hata kama nikianguka sahi, I know that I was taught that I will always come back stronger. So that foundation helps in shaping an individual's self-esteem.
Just to add something on whatever my sister said, it will sound like a question. I like to ask, maybe somebody, let's say in a person like a girl, maybe she was raped while she was maybe in her teenager life. How should she get out from that? Like, unajua mind yake itakuwa like, for me, yes, all men are trash, wote ni wabaya. So hiyo itatokaje kwa akili yake ile time atafika nataka maybe to get out, get married? How will that get out of her mind? Yeah.
Just like I said, I think it's the environment. Once that happens, she's supposed to be placed in an environment where she is accepted. First of all, she is not judged because of what happened to her. Her circumstances don't define her. And also seeking professional help. There are people who have been taught to actually handle it with the sensitivity it actually requires. So place them in an environment where they're first loved and valued, and where whatever happened to them is not seen as who they are. And also seek professional help, and also pray for them. There is nothing that prayers cannot do. Yeah.
Okay, so for me, what I can say about the early life experiences, just as you've said, starting like at home. Okay, I know as much as we have teachers, we have other people out here, who like play a part in shaping our self-esteem. Personally, I do believe it all starts at home, like your parents, because even the time and the period that a child is growing up, the parent is the one who has like more accessibility and more time with the child. Even if a child maybe ako miaka kama 1-2 years, like, teach your child to be confident. I know like this wrong confident and unafunza mtoto wako kupigana, put that aside. Like just teach your child to be confident, because as much as we rely on our teachers, ama watu wanasemanga ati mwalimu pia na shape mtoto, not every teacher actually is a good teacher. Kuna wale watu wenye, okay, you can find maybe a teacher who's bitter about her life, maybe ajapata mtoto ama kitu kama hiyo, so anytime he or she gets that opportunity anatumia tu mtoto tu vibaya, like anamfunza tu tabia mbaya. Okay, as much as in this world we have kind people, we also have evil hearted people, and it is just a bad reality that we all have to accept in our lives. So for me, I feel when it comes to self-esteem and the early life experiences, let the parents be the people who are in the front line, to make sure that their child is confident, because we are living in a very, I don't want to say, let me just put it in a nice way, in a very, how am I gonna put it? Okay, let me just say it in a bad world whereby you just have to stand for yourself, because there's no one who will always wish the best for you other than your parents. As much as you have friends, as somebody can come in front of you pretending to be person A, but their heart is person B. So as much as maybe we rely on people in one or another, but let the parents be the people. Teach your child to be confident.
Okay, I have a question for the host. I would like to ask, maybe I'll put it in a Kiswahili. Labda kuna ule mzazi, maybe unajua kuna wale watu ambao like they raised up in a family where the mother is drunk, the father is drunk. Like hakuna mtu atampea advice about life, about whatever. So in such scenario, what are some of the things he or she is supposed to do? Maybe ana those close relative to talk to, maybe is just anaenda shule, anarudi, anapatana na shida zake, anajiekea. So what can he or she do, for instance?
Okay, I think the advice that I can give, if maybe, okay, if they had close relatives, if maybe a certain relative ataona yenye mtoto venye anapitia, like he or she can actually take in the child, ama ajabu to commentate the child even if anaishi with the parents. But in a scenario whereby there is no close relatives, I think, okay, one of the things which I think, I'm not yet sure, that for teachers when they are in this training school, they also taught how, so naonanga kuna hii kitu ya guidance and counseling, if I'm not wrong. So I feel like if, okay, as an observant class teacher or as an observant teacher, obviously we have like these clinic days and academic days and mzazi anakuja. So maybe you can look at how the behavior of the child is, because I also think teachers are well experienced when it comes to psychology matters. So as a certain teacher, ukiona shida kama, you can just call the child for guidance and counseling. Or if maybe there's just a good Samaritan, maybe you can just maybe ama to a friend but not a relative, maybe to the family, unaona enyewe kuna venye mtoto anasumbuka, you can just maybe try to chip in. Or pia we have like this, says the same a rehab, because even according to the law ya Kenya, a child can't be taken to a rehab if you're under 18 years. So these just institutions that help people. So right now we've come to the end of our talk. Thank you for coming. Thank you for taking your time. So right now we are here and we have been hosted here. It's an Airbnb at Komarok Phase 2. It's a place that's so comfortable. It's quiet. It's just cozy. It's nice. So if you're looking for an Airbnb and for Christian values, FYI. So we'll put our numbers there. So just contact it and the number will give you more information about the house. So for those who maybe like, if you have any struggles with your self-esteem, like it's something normal, because based on how our society is, unaangalia life naona yenyewe uko hivi na hivi, but don't let it be like iku overwhelm. Even if you have that issue with the self-esteem, just try to find a way out. First of all, for me, the advice I'll give you, just seek God. If you have friends who are not the good company, let me put it that way, just stick more with them and keep yourself from the bad company. That's the advice I can give.
Okay, thank you. We have reached the end of the session. For mine, I'd like just to add some few things about self-esteem. First of all, I'd like to talk about confidence. One thing you're supposed to know that overconfidence, again, is something that's not right. We say a lot of something is bad. You might be thinking that you're correct in a way that you end up losing. So you watch out your steps. That's what I can give.
And also to add on to what my panelists have said, comparison is also a steal of joy, which also leads to self-esteem. you're on your own journey. Don't compare your journey to another person's. There was, I think it was like a book I was reading, ama I don't remember where I was reading this. Tunaambiwanga venye, tunaona venye watu tunakwanga kwa matatu tukipanda gari moja, let's say from town. Kila mtu anakwanga na stage yake different. Kuna mwenye atashuka mwenye atashuka wa kwanza, and then mwingine wamekaa wanashuka stage ingine, alafu kuna mwenye alishuka akarealize nimeshuka wrong stage, akapanda gari ingine. Mind you, you're still on the same journey, yako nyuma yako, uko mbele yako, but destinations ni different. So at your own pace, don't compare your life to anyone else. Penye uko, if you're struggling with self-esteem, know that you're appreciated, you're loved, and you're made in the image and likeness of God. So step it up. Like, let no one be, ndasemaje, don't let anyone step on your confidence. Go out there, do the things that you love confidently, not overconfidence also, because overconfidence also leads to arrogance. Yes, but be sure that whatever happens, like, life will just go the right direction, and everything will be okay. Usifanye mtu a step on you, ama akufanye like you don't belong, ama you're less of a person because maybe of your circumstances or where you're coming from. Yes.
I think to finalize, I can say don't let people's words, opinions, and affirmations define you. And also the thing that you've said, I think we can put it that we have the same roads, but we all arrive at different destinations. So right now, as the place where we are hosted at Komarok Phase 2. It's an Airbnb. And for more information, we'll leave a number there which you'll contact if you are interested in the place. Yeah. Bye.
You street.